Álvaro, I'm very happy that you decided to join us today, especially that you are a person that is very focused on topics related to master data management, data governance, data quality, looking at your experience. However, before as well, data analytics, as I remember.
Yeah. Actually, my first time in Warsaw was related to data analytics. So I thank you, Paweł, for bringing me back to this beautiful city.
But today I wanted to have a short discussion with you related to AI, and but not maybe AI itself, because we have other sessions connected to it. But how data governance, how data quality or data observability are important to make sure that our AI algorithms are consuming proper data, yes?
Yeah.
And I think that data governance is something that more or less we understand and is quite well defined. Data quality as well. Data observability is something that is, I think, pretty brand new. Maybe it's not a very new idea, but something that's starting to be more and more visible.
You know, all of the people that we are here, we've been in this industry for a long time, and we have seen that basically the things change names but remains the same, right? That's a shocking statement. And data observability has been done in the past. Look how your systems, the data resulting from your systems, show you how your systems are working. And it's something that in the context of artificial intelligence is not, I think it's not named per se artificial intelligence, but it's going to be of paramount importance in this field, because one of the another shocking statement, I'm not an artificial intelligence expert. It's something that you don't hear many often in these days, but I'm a data expert, and artificial intelligence is scary. It's scary. I'm not speaking about Terminator scary or Skynet scary, but it's taking a lot of decisions instead of human beings, which is something that it's scary. So you need to control a little bit more the data that you are feeding to take those decisions. In the past, our decision support systems tend to inform the human being decisions. Right now, they are, I don't want to say they are, taking place of the human decisions, but more and more you see automated decisions related to insurance, to health, to all these industries. So you need to observe and control the systems that you put in motion to take those decisions. That's why, for me, data observability and data management in the context of artificial intelligence is more relevant than even in trends that were before. All of them, they have data in the name: data warehouse, data mesh, data science, big data. Now, artificial intelligence doesn't have data in the name, but in the heart, it does. So we need to take care of that data. It's a long answer.
Yeah, but I think it's a very accurate answer. So on one hand, we have new technologies that are coming, and I think artificial intelligence is something like a new technology that is helping. But I have a feeling that more and more interesting solutions are appearing on the market. They demand more and more data, and they demand more and more accurate data. Yes, so we understand now more and more that we have to govern this data properly. Yes, and
actually, my role is to bring business needs close to the platform, Informatica IDMC platform, and I spend all my workday speaking with customers like you, like the one that you have here, helping them to understand how that thing that is called data governance could help in those systems that you are saying. Sometimes it can be from a technical point of view, data lineage, data cataloging, which are very important part of data observability, how your data comes to the systems. Other times are more business oriented. We are going to see it later in the MDM session, how that is more close to the business. But, we are living in a kind of, another shocking statement in the Wild West right now. Everybody's moving data around, cloud, multi-cloud. And have a control of that could save a lot of effort and sometimes even a lot of fines in compliance and things like that. So I think data governance that was in the past a little bit neglected, so to say, it's coming back in full blown in our markets today. I mean, in Informatica, we are right now, I would say there's two trends across Europe. It's data governance and MDM. That's for sure. Even more than data integration, data governance meaning data quality, all of that. So thinking about the customer's interest, for sure, data governance and MDM, I would say that are the most important trends right now.
But looking at your experience and conversations with the customers in Europe, how do you see the approach to the data governance, let's say, programs? Are they starting with the, let's say, defining the global rules and policies and defining the team, etc., and then maybe looking for tools? Or do you see some approaches where the customer, first of all, wants to understand what kind of data they have in the organization, more or less who is the owner today of this data? So maybe they are starting with data catalog, and then they are trying to build the organization that is fitting, let's say, their needs and their specific situation.
Obviously, it depends on the interest of the department that is running the data governance initiative. I would say that I'm seeing basically two big trends. One, which is related to make the business understand how complex our data systems are, which are related with data catalog and data lineage. And it's something that big utilities, they are receiving a lot of inputs from the business. Hey, we need to do this project, that project. And for them, it's very difficult to convey how difficult are those data projects. So for them, data lineage is not that they don't have control over the data, but they need to show that they have that type of control. So they are putting our platform, obviously, to track the lineage. So that is one of very intelligent, from my point of view, approach to data governance, because you are showing the business that you are in control, and it takes time to do data projects. The other one around, it's another big word that has been around for a long time, data democratization. Right now, this is something between the middle of business glossary and data marketplace. And what I'm seeing right now is that the business, and I don't know how many of you are on business and how many are on data, but business tend to be a little bit tired of hearing about data democratization. You know, they have been promised, you know, a self-service for ages. So for them right now, they need something that really, it's not a fancy PowerPoint, but something that they can click and download the data. But data governance, as you know, it's not a technology. I would like to say that data governance is the IDMC platform Informatica, but it's not only. So for me, it's very important to define what do you want data governance for. It's basic in life for everything, but in this we tend to adopt platforms and technologies, very fast. And okay, this is the new trend. So what do you want data governance for? To transmit your business, how difficult is your data environment, to do self-service. Depends on that. You can start with catalogs, you can start with marketplace, you can start with lineage, you can start with quality, which is very important also.
From my perspective, very interesting topic is a data marketplace. That's it sounds like a marketplace, like Amazon. Yes, that's a shop that I can go and I can find some product and buy. However, luckily I don't have to buy this data.
It will come the time.
It will come, for sure. But it would be great to understand how it looks at, let's say, customers that you are facing, if they are today using the marketplace, because it's just a part of data governance initiative, or from our perspective, let's say, as a solution, it's a part of our technology, yes, this functionality. I just wonder how often organizations are ready and open to use this concept of data marketplace and to share the information about data. We heard about this in context of data mesh. Yes, we have to inform our potential users. There are some data products, yes, well described, well defined, that you can use for your purpose. Yes.
Yeah, actually, I didn't understand fully the presentation because it wasn't polished, but I wanted to relate it with data mesh because what I'm seeing with data marketplace is it's related with that, and it's in a very specific topic that I think is very important. It's about the data contracts, the data commitments that the users got when they, use the data. You need to understand that data is fit for analytics and it needs to be removed in the next whatever days. And for that is very important because, you can always take a CSV, God forbid, and put it into a whatever computer and to provide a connection to a database. But with that commitments, the users are going to be aware that, in data, it's compliance, it's internal use. There's several topics around data governance that are not technology per se. But from my point of view, what I'm seeing in the customers, it's they are implementing mostly data marketplace to be able to transfer and to share the importance of the data and the metadata of the data with their business and technology. It's the point where it switches.
Another, I think, important topic, even though that it's let's say quite an old thing, it's data quality. Since ancient times that we started to work with data.
Teenage sex, everybody's speaking about it, but no one is doing it, right? So
you're right. But always this data quality is coming back and coming back. And it's on one hand, it's a quite an obvious topic that we have to work with data quality. We have to measure and improve the data. On the other hand, I have a feeling that always it's a very painful topic, yes, and it's not so easy to convince the organization that they have to do something with this data, they have to improve. Luckily, because we are using more and more data, we see and we understand more and more that we need a good quality of data. By the way, some time ago, I was talking to one of Polish companies that is providing water in some region of Poland, and they wanted to build some machine learning models to predict better the consumption of the water, because they were expecting some investments around, and they wanted to predict when they have to provide how much water to the system, just to be prepared. And they told the story that they built some models, but they found that because of the problems with quality of data, the results, the outcomes of the models were, I'd say, not so good.
Not so good, yeah.
So they understood finally that they have to be very focused, yes, on data quality. They spent quite a lot of time to understand the root cause of different problems with data, to improve them, to monitor data, and finally they came back with analysis, and they found that finally these models are working properly. So models that were good, but because of
they came to reason in the end.
So once again, how do you see in the region the topic of the data quality? Yes, I think it's a very important part of data governance initiative. But even though that there is no data governance initiative, we have to work with quality.
If I go to your customers and say you have a data quality problem, and they will say, no, I'm good. And that's good because you are pointing with your finger saying, we know, we know. For me, data quality is more like a process. It's not a project. It's like brushing your teeth. You need to do it regularly. It's not that you do it once and then it's done. I'm going to wait 3 weeks. No, it's not. So for me, it's a process. It's basically two main lines. One, it's regarding data observability, which is monitoring the quality of your data. And that's very important in lineage context. You need to understand if one of your systems adds bad quality of data, is data drift. So that's very important. And the other one, which is more difficult, is correcting the data, because most of the times the customers thinks that I'm going to correct the data on the destination, data warehouse, data mesh, big data, you name it. Normally you have an operational system that is feeding you that data. That's why it's very important to bring the two dimensions together, to be able to monitor your data quality and to be able to correct your data quality. And when you think about artificial intelligence, I was speaking about, it is scary. It is scary because it's going to take decisions. All of us, we have heard this chatbot that started to be fed with racist and sexist things and started to insult people. Well, that's the funny and the joke part, but imagine that in a health system or in other systems that are going to take decisions that affect human beings. So not speaking about compliance, you need to have in consideration ethical and legal. I'm going to bring them together. We know that they are not the same thing, but ethical and legal aspects of your data when thinking about data quality, but also the business outcomes. So you need to have those three things in considerations when you think about data quality, to be able to balance those three things. Use your data in the right way without bias, which is data quality, but also to be able to have the right data that's right inside part of the data, the right number. If a customer is a VIP, it needs to be labeled as a VIP. Or if your water has some problem, you need to know it. Otherwise, your artificial intelligence. The other day, I was hearing, I was hearing, an old composer speaking about artificial intelligence, about how he creates music. And it says a phrase that I liked a lot, which is artificial intelligence. This thing doesn't know what he's talking about. And in reality, it doesn't know what it's talking about. So it's your job through data management and data quality to give the context, that the common sense that a human being has for interact with artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence, that it's through your sample selection and your data quality. You don't obviously on the machine algorithms, but we are not dealing with that in Informatica. But on the data, you need to bring that common sense that human beings are supposed to have. Yeah.
By the way, about data quality, I was meeting once a customer that told us at the beginning of the project that they don't have any problem with quality of
As
data.
you do.
Of course, when we started project, we found some, let's say, challenges, but we heard it's not a problem with data quality. These are only exceptions. That's it. So
some here and there. I mean, 20 teras of exceptions, but I mean,
that's it. Sometimes maybe it's just a matter of terminology that we are using.
Semantics.
Exactly. But coming back to the topic, we mentioned a few times about data observability. I know that Informatica is planning some support for this area. I think it's a quite important topic because it's not just about data quality. It's not just about drift of, let's say, variables, but as well about some monitoring of, let's say, pipelines. Yes, we have to understand that we managed to gather our full set of data. Yes, that suddenly the volume is not squeezed from some reason. Mm-hmm. Yes. So can you tell us a bit more what is going to happen and how we are going to support this?
One of the things that we have been doing in Informatica with IDMC, it's integrating everything. In the past, I've been in this company only for 2 years, but it was impossible if you work in the data field not to obviously find Power Center, Axon, EDC, MDM. What we are bringing together is a platform that it has in the heart data observability itself, because you build your data pipelines with the same platform that you will build your data lineage, and you will be able to understand what is going on. And right now, bringing a data quality rule and being able to do the lineage with IDMC, it's very easy, and to know and to publish your MDM data with your marketplace. So in some ways, we have been doing data observability. We have been labeling it. That software vendors normally think, oh, I have a good idea. Now I'm going to put a label on data observability, which is bringing together different pieces. We are thinking more probably in the terms of data that is not automatic, it's not log related, but business related, which is our business. But and also with the private acquisition and other movements that we are seeing internally in the company, we are going to be able to bring together also the compliance and the security part, which was somehow not present, which is another piece that we can spend hours about compliance and so be ready, because we are moving one of the things that Frank said in the first session is the investment that we are doing in our platform, and we are moving fast, so fast that sometimes we professionals at Informatica, we need to basically day by day looking at the blogs and things like that to understand what are we doing. But I think we are building the data management platform, and data observability, from my point of view, is a subset of data management.
I'm happy that you mentioned Frank's presentation, because he mentioned as well quite a lot about AI. Even though Informatica is not doing AI for the business purposes.
We are using it,
yes,
yeah.
But you are using a lot of AI just to help users, and in context of data democracy, self-service, etc. You are providing a lot of it's a kind of easy access functionality technology to business users to help them, yes, to access data, to manipulate data, to measure the quality of data. But I see that there is a more and more artificial intelligence that is supporting these activities, yes, in the area of data governance as well, or data quality in purpose. Recently, it was really nice to see that now I can write, let's say, the sentence, what I would like to measure or to do with my data.
That's the GPT thing.
Yeah.
Telling in plain language, I want to build up mapping. I want to be I want to profile that data. Hopefully, all those advances doesn't leave us without a job, because otherwise it would be.
No, someone has to imagine what to write. Yes.
Yeah, that's the prompt engineer. I call right now. I studied computer science, and you never know. But yeah, one important thing, and this is related with compliance. We don't use your data to train our artificial intelligence. We use the metadata, because we are a metadata company. So what we do is we understand, if we have profiled this type of data, being that, that source or that type of that definition, we learn from that, and we are able to provide you with ways of doing things faster. The next step that you should do with this data is that thing. Or, as you were saying, prompting. I want to do an integration in MDM, for example. We are going to see later. It's very easy, because our MDM does have a database under it. So for us, it's I want to connect to SAP, bring that data, and that will save. I'm not saying that this is going to replace people doing things, but that will save you 20, 30, 40%, just to be modest. 20% of thousands of hours doing projects is a lot of money. I don't oversell, and I think that Claire and the artificial intelligence is going to help you. But imagine that you can save 15% of your time doing projects, or train faster your resources, or things like that. That's where we at Informatica, we are aiming with our artificial intelligence to be more efficient and to support people that maybe are onboarding, or probably a difficult mapping, a difficult profiling. You are not going to do it through prompt engineering, but it's going to help you in the first 30, 40% of that job. So you will save time doing that.
So we can say that Informatica is trying to make data governance people life easier.
If that's possible, yes. Because, data governance, as I said, we are living in the wild west of data right now. And but at least for the developers, the project managers, and the people looking from ahead to the data environment, yes, we are trying to make lives easier. So we will try. I don't promise anything.
Okay. So our time is up. Thank you very much, Álvaro.
Back later, speaking about MDM. So.
Excellent. See you soon. Zapraszam Państwa na pierwszą naszą przerwę kawową. Musimy odpocząć. Dziękuję bardzo.
Thank you.